we're going to work on file management. We're going to work on some basic computer skills, even though some of you are already well past that. As an IT person, you should be an expert user of everything. Because part of your job in IT tech support, cybersecurity, computer science, doesn't matter what you do, you're going to be helping people with Excel, Word. Oh, I can't find my files, and you name it. I've helped people with it over the last however many years it's been. There, you're expected to be an expert in everything. IT is expected to be an expert in everything from fish cams to copiers to anything that has half a brain. You are in charge of it. So we're going to go through some basic stuff. And we're going to make some folders. So go ahead and bring up Windows Explorer. We'll just go through some basic review stuff here. So what I probably said in the assignment is wherever you store your stuff, you want to make a folder. There's lots of ways to do things. I don't like right-clicking because I can get things done at the command line faster. But in this case, we'll right-click and do new folder. So you want to type in IT Tech Nicole Support. We want to have a RIP folder, RIP meaning the beginning, the starting out. And then after that, then we would do what? What would be a logical structure for you to organize your files in?
Or full semester.
Oh, that would be the other end, wouldn't it? So our hierarchy would work like this: IT tech support, and above this, we would put fall semester. Unless you're going to do this class more than once if you flunked it this time around. Does that make sense? Yeah. So we'd have something above that. Like fall semester, underneath that, you'd have all your classes. So if you wanted to keep several years worth of stuff, you'd do FA 25, and everything in fall 25, you'd have underneath here. So yes, you can drag and drop. If you haven't drag and drop before, let's go ahead and drag and drop. Is it control? No, that's not it. Okay, so we have a week 1. Let's make a week 2. All right, so far so good. I do week 1 through 16 eventually, because I think that's what the assignment says. Even if it doesn't, I'm going through the basic principles of it, because you need to know how to do it. Plus, you need to be able to train other people to do it. How do you make your job easier? Train the users to do it for themselves. User support involves a lot of just-in-time training. I mean, they're having a problem, you fix it for them, but wouldn't it be good to train the user not to get into that trouble in the first place the next time? So in education, we refer to that as just-in-time training, meaning you're giving them the training right at the time they need it. Rather, right now, is this at the right time? Do you need this right now? Well, it's hard to be following me around every time you're going to need the training. So making folders is a good thing. Double click to go down. You can click up here to go back. This is called the breadcrumb. So yeah, you can navigate up, and then eventually you get to the very top and you can go around. And there are, of course, 100 other ways to navigate too. Files. We can right click and new, all kinds of things, because everybody has Microsoft Office installed on their local computer. It's also installed on all of these, because I had an assignment, professional communication, to make sure you had Office installed. Office on the web has like a subset. It has maybe 70% of what the full Office has, maybe 60%. The Office that you installed on your computer, like this guy, has way more features, and you can get things done more quickly. The web is good if you're traveling between computers and you're not going to install Office on every computer. So I consider it more for when you're on the move. On my work computers, and in here, I have the regular Office suite installed as applications on the computer. All right, so if we go into week 1 and you're working in Word, you have a couple different ways to do it. We'll do it this way for now. Right click new. Let's work with a Word document because I use Word documents all the time. When you see something like this selected, don't click, don't do anything else. Because it's selected, there's a rule called typing replaces selection. Anytime you have something selected, you can type. The selection goes away, what you typed replaces it. I've seen people do all kinds of interesting things where they click and then it closes and then they do this and that and there. I'm already gone and done something else. What if you don't like the name of it?
Just click on the name.
Or F2 to rename.
If you click once, it opens it up again, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Now, what if I don't want to replace it? Stay away from the mouse, cursor to the right. Now I can edit. Yeah, we have lots of good answers in here.
Yep.
And F2 is kind of handy because it allows you to edit a cell in Excel, which I do all the time. I use Excel quite a bit. So F2 will open up the cell so you can edit it. It works here too. So a lot of things may go between different programs. Yeah, Nacio.
Also, like if you're feeling lazy and don't want to create the file all over, just hold Control and drag your file.
Yep. You can do that. There's lots of options. The other thing I can do is do Control C and Control V, and I've now got another copy. Because Windows File Explorer automatically copies and then pastes a copy of it with the word copy, and then I can give it a different name by pressing F2, and then I could say part 2, and then press enter to put that in there. Windows Explorer 5, what is it called now? Windows Explorer? Oh, it's File Explorer now, okay. Because they keep changing. It used to be File Manager way back in Windows 3.1, then it was something else, and then it was something else, then it was Windows Explorer, now it's File Explorer. Anyway, it keeps changing. So Control C is copy, Control V is paste, Control X is cut. Am I making these things up?
No,
Oh, I thought they'd have, see, we have buttons that do it, and they should be showing the little shortcut keys. What's up with that?
maybe a new update or something down.
I don't know that it ever did. I never used those. Oh, it's not showing. Oh, there it is. In most applications like Word, when you point at a button, it'll tell you what the shortcut key is. Or if you go into a menu, it'll say paste, or you can use Control V, but you don't do both. So something that's very helpful is Control C for copy, Control V for paste, Control X for cut. It doesn't matter if you're working with a file or text in Word or stuff in spreadsheets or email or Visual Studio Code, you're creating program to take over the world, whatever you're doing, these work. So for instance, if I double click to open up typing replaces selection, I type in something, I never have to type that again. I would select it and I need it down here. I need it down here. I go somewhere else. I can put it into, well, actually I can put it into here. It's not going to do much. Anywhere you can click and get a cursor, typically you can copy and paste. Anywhere you can get a selection. You can, if I can select something, I can copy and cut it. If I can click someplace, I can paste, generally. And if you remember the Control C, and they're right next to each other on the keyboard, Control C makes sense, cut. Control X makes sense. Sorry, copy, cut. V, the only thing I've heard from one student at some point is she said it's like a thing of glue, which I don't know if that works or not, but that is paste. So it doesn't matter where you're going. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, yeah. And if we did something here, we can go to another document. Whatever you have last copied or cut stays in your clipboard until you copy something else. There's also a, which is new. Is this the right place? You can save multiple clipboard items.
Just hit Windows V and check on that.
Is it Windows V?
Yeah.
I was trying to remember because I don't use it very much. Oh yeah, clipboard history. Thank you. So this is, I think, just started with Windows 11, maybe Windows 10. I can't remember.
Late Windows 10.
It could be, but you don't have to do Control V either. You can also just type in clipboard. Is it clipboard history? It's clipboard settings, which probably, well, save multiple items. But then that allows you to, well, that's not it either, but I guess you have to do Windows V, don't you? So once this is turned on, it keeps things in this little clip guy, and then you can copy, cut, paste, and you have bunches of stuff that you can do multiple things in your clipboard. Which is kind of fun. Plus you get emojis. It doesn't matter the emojis, right? You can do emojis anywhere. So there's one. Apparently you can see I don't use it often, but that's one of those things I will be working on. All right. So in Word, you point at a button, it says bold, Control B. There's shortcut keys everywhere. Control A is not in here, but Control A selects everything in your document or your PowerPoint or whatever you're doing. Control A automatically selects everything. So far, so good? All right. So, oh, I should save it, shouldn't I? That's such good stuff that I've done. I have multiple files I want to select, and I want to select them all. Control A selects every file in that folder. If I move up one, Control A selects all the folders. It selects everything. I can copy a folder and paste it just like I'm doing words. I can do the whole thing. So if I want to copy all of this, paste it onto my USB drive, Control C to copy, Control V to paste. I've made a copy in each place, and one of the assignments we have this week is looking at backup options. So did I make a backup of my documents by doing that? Yeah. Anytime you have an extra copy of your documents, that's a backup. Because now they're in two places. So one of the things that you'll want to do, and that's part of what the backup options assignment about, is figure out something that works for you. So that you don't say, oh, I can't turn in my assignments. My USB drive got eaten by my dog or whatever, you know, and USB drives will fail. Your computer will fail. Servers will fail. Microsoft OneDrive will fail. Everything will fail at some point. Assume nothing is going to work the next time you turn anything on. Because I've had it happen to me. I think, oh, everything's good. Oh, great. My server just crashed and burned. But I don't care. I could step on and run over this thumb drive right here. Do I care? The only thing I would lose is any work I've done on it today. Because I make a copy of this to my computer each night, and that's backed up in 2 or 3 places. Am I paranoid? Sure. As an IT person, people don't call me and say, oh, everything's fine. They call and say, I just lost 3 hours worth of work. How do I get it back? I said, well, did you save it? No, I just was working on it. Control S, save early and save often. I say these things because I run into them again and again and again, and you will run into them now that everybody thinks you're a computer expert because you're taking tech classes, right? You're working in the magic area. Any sufficiently advanced technology is magic to someone who doesn't understand it. That's an Arthur C. Clarke. Always like that one. So that's the gist of it. There's lots of other things. We're going to do a couple more things that are helpful when you're troubleshooting things. In the view, notice that I have .docx here, and you may not on your computer. That is because I've turned on the file name extensions. It can be confusing if you don't want to see it, and that's fine. You can leave it off. What it's useful for troubleshooting is to see what the file name really is. This is the real file name. .docx is called the file name extension. That is how Windows identifies what type of file it is. If it has .docx, it knows that if I double click on it, it's associated with Word. If it's an XLX, whatever it is, that's Excel. If it's TXT, that's a text file. If it's JPG, that's a image file. Do you need to have this like this all the time? No, I just have it because I'm used to it. I also quite often turn on hidden items because sometimes there's system files I need to work with. Yeah, you don't have to have that turned on. But you should be aware it's there in case you run into things, because obviously I've run into things where I needed to know the extension. So that's why I turn it on and off. And I personally like the details view, that's just me. Because then I can see when it was saved, how big is it? And then I can sort by name, date. And quite often I'll go into a folder and I thought, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of it, but I just worked on it last night. There it is, sorts to the top. Or I want to copy all the PDF files. This sorts by file. Oh, that's not a good example, is it? There's no files in there. Let me find one of my classes here. Oh, IT tech support, that'd be a good one, wouldn't it? What's the last file I worked on? Memory in your computer. Probably somebody emailed me and said, oh, there's something wrong with this assignment. And I must have done it like when I got up because it was 6:19 in the morning. Ooh. Yeah, I usually get up about 6, but somebody must have said, ooh, there's something wrong with this assignment. What's the oldest one? Yeah, I haven't done that one for a while, obviously. Type, now they're sorted by type. So I find that handy because I don't always remember the name of things. And sometimes I don't remember where I put it. So I go up here and type in the name. And sometimes it finds it and oh, okay, there is one that has name. Have you used the search before to find things? I hope so, because occasionally I try to keep organized, but sometimes I put things and I forget where I put them and what logic I was using at the time. Yeah. I don't search very often, but I do end up searching every so often. What do you think? Is that enough? Let me look at the document. This is a Word file, so it'll download. We want to hit this guy to download it. And then we can open it. Now, whenever you download from the internet, be careful. Well, I want to enable editing. So basically, I've been through this. There is an assignment where I want you to prove that you've done this stuff. Oh, as a matter of fact, look at there. Yeah. So this gives you the essentials. Oh, disk cleanup. You might know what disk cleanup does. What does it do?
Cleans your hard drive.
Frees up storage.
It does what?
Frees up storage.
It does. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on these computers. I mean, not turn it on, but use, oh, there we go. So you also know that if you hit the Windows key on your keyboard, that brings up the Windows menu. Anytime you can find a keyboard shortcut, you'll be done before someone even has reached for their mouse. So it's many keyboard shortcuts as you can do, because even as I was going through and saying this, without thinking about it, I was probably using keyboard shortcuts that you're like, what the heck did he do? Right? I mean, sometimes it's hard to break things down, but disk cleanup cleans up temporary files. It cleans up error reports that I don't know what I'd do with them, even if I had them. This is the big one. If you go to clean up system files, this can sometimes, I've seen students' computer, we do have an assignment later where we do that. I've seen students send in a screenshot where they've gotten back like 6 to 7 to 8 gigabytes worth of room. And that's the one that can take it up. Windows Update. Windows Update. Oh, they only have, yeah, see, there isn't very much in here. If you've upgraded Windows or gone to a major, you can end up with, yeah, and there's not much here. All this stuff is just extra stuff that Windows has hanging around that you really don't need anymore. It's temporary files. Yes, Ignacio?
So if we use disk cleanup, is there still a point of, cause I used to like manually search %, 10%, and then manually drag all those files.
And I don't know what you mean by percent.
Oh, like if you click the % symbol and then temp and %, it brings out a bunch of temp.
This won't do that, no.
Oh,
That, yes, if you can delete your temp folder. I actually have a little batch file to do that. There's a free program that I've used for cleaning up all that kind of stuff called CCleaner. It goes through and cleans up your browsers and all kinds of stuff.
oh, okay.
But yes, %, temp % is a system variable. that finds your temporary folder. As Windows works, and every operating system does that, it needs room to do things. And then it creates temporary files that it doesn't always close out or get rid of afterwards. So this would get back 575 megabytes. If I need any of these, it'll download it again. This is not bad. You know, it's half a gig. If you have a small light laptop that doesn't use much power and you don't have a very big hard drive, you'll want to use this more often. And it is built into Windows. Anyway, I really don't. I'll just let it go. This computer is fast enough that it won't slow it down. All right. Questions on that?